Cryonova, fuck me over, left me dying for your love. Cryonova, Cryonova, now you're all I'm thinking of. Cryonova, fuck me over, left me dying for your love. Cryonova, Cryonova, now you're all I'm thinking of.
Hello, everybody! Cryonova here. April Fool's is coming up, so you know what that means. It's time to sign up for the Fuck You Over April Fool's Tournament 2023. Yay! So yeah, as some of you may know, last year I completely debated you all. I told you all there was a tournament. I was gonna host it. And y'all signed up, made you give me your fucking dinosaurs moves and dinosaur codes. Yeah. Only for it to turn out that it was just me and Kara playing with fucking dinosaur toys. Yeah. Got debated. April Fools. Now this year, y'all are smart. I doubt you would fall for the same thing twice. Or at least I hope you wouldn't. So, yeah. I'm actually going to be upfront about it. It's going to be a toy tournament, again. Except this year, it's actually fleshed out. So, yeah, it's going to be like an actual tournament, but I'm just playing with fucking toys. Best of both worlds. So, with that said, let's get into the rules. So, it's going to be a 2 versus 2, just like last year, but to spice things up a little bit, it's going to be tag team. Just thought it'd be fun. So, yeah, as a result, please tell me when to swap. Next, only dinosaurs with figures are allowed. But I will have no restrictions as to which ones you can have on a team. So, put 2 secrets, a secret and an armor. I don't care. Just go for it. Go nuts. Or just make the crappiest fucking team you can. It is April Fool's. You could fucking win on that. Anyways, I do plan on having group stages, but in the event there aren't enough people, which let's be real sure there probably wouldn't be, it'll just go straight to knockouts. So yeah. Since this isn't the arcade, I will allow the use of custom moves in my RP if you are familiar with them. There will be a list later, just like a list for my dinosaur figures, which I forgot to mention. Yeah, there is a list for all the available dinosaur figures. So, yeah, I will get to that later. You are allowed to request a battle theme for your battle, but mine and Aria's themes will always take precedence. So that means if you're up against me or Aria, I will play my theme or hers over yours. Cool? Cool. Yeah. Finally, it is 1 team per person. Yes, Dino Hunter, if I even decide to let you in, you better not try to join with a second team. Otherwise, all your accounts will be banned. I guess that goes for you too, Ghidorah. All your accounts will be banned if you fucking join with a fucking second team and I catch you out on it. Yeah, and I don't believe you have 9 friends who want to join. So yeah, 1 team per person. And Dino Hunter, if I even let you join, just be grateful. Anyways, here are the list of my available figures. And unlike last year, I will be adding in minifigures. I will be putting a couple on the screen right here. So yeah. This year we're gonna have these large figures and these minifigures. So that means I will be able to throw Car into the mix, as well as Allosaurus, Baryonyx, and Lambeosaurus. This is gonna be so much fun. So yeah. Take a look at these dinosaurs. Pause the video if need be, but I am going to be moving on. So yeah. Alright, now onto the list of my roleplay original moves. That's what RP stands for. So this is a a list of moves that I've created from my roleplay I do with Heady, Ultimate Dino King, and Blood Moon. And along with it, I've created some original moves. Some of them are not mine, I will say. Like Rings of Pyre, that's Heady's. I will, out of honesty, point out the ones that aren't my idea. But yeah. You could pause the video to look at all of these. But the reason I decided to do this is because some dinosaurs get screwed over just because of their crit, and there isn't a hard-hitting super move for that particular crit. Well, I made these moves to rectify that. And on top of that, just kind of spice things up, you know? Like, you know, Rings of Pyre, that's what the original intent, the previous former intent was to give a hard-hitting super move to certain dinosaurs with crappy crits. In this case, fire. Because scissors is a crappy crit for fire. Now, your sword faggot axe could potentially one-shot. Next, because this is tag team, and even if it wasn't, it will still do the same thing. Why not damage all your opponents at once? And you know what DK's missing? Recoil moves. Yeah, if you're using this on if you're using Scorched Earth on a T-Rex or a Sword Faggot Axe, that's more or less a guaranteed one shot. But yeah, enough about that. Let me go through all the moves. Water. We have Corrosive Downpour, Deep Sea Disaster, Flash Rapids, and Dragon Dive, which is Headies. So, yeah. If you want to read what each of these does, just pause the video, but I am going to move on. Lightning. We don't really have a paper move. I couldn't come up with one in time. So, instead, here's the three. Thunderdome, Grand Eclair, Discharge. Earth, Cavern Collapse, Diamond Storm, Horror Horizon, Ensfall. Grass, Eden Mana, Leaf Slash, Weeds Whacker, and Wrath of Venus. This one's one of my personal favorites. As well as Eden Mana. Those are such cool moves. Gust Bomber. Partially Heady, but I did come up with it. Like, Heady was the one to make it a meme. I was the one who created it. Split Attack, which is taken from the DS game, as stated. Tempest Blow, and Turbulence. Again, couldn't come up with a paper normal move. It's always the papers, but oh well. Dino Lock. This is going to prove to be very, very useful in some matches because it keeps your opponent from switching. Could be detrimental, could be game-changing. Seismic Stomp. Heady's move. In which, fair play. I'm surprised Brachiosaurus was never in DK. Lastly, Headlong Bash. Simple, but could be effective. Anyways, let me actually go into the mechanics of this. So, of course, because this isn't the arcade, and nobody's ever done this before, I have to come up with the mechanics for a toy tournament, now that I'm actually doing this properly. So, every dinosaur has 12 HP. Just read the chart. Like, for example, 9 to 12 is green, 6 HP is half. Yeah, y'all can read. Every move is going to do 1 to 3 points of damage. Every critical move is going to do 5 to 8 points of damage. The damage varies depending on the dinosaur. So for example, Tyrannosaurus has an 8 for its crit, but it only does 1 damage for its normal moves. Might change that to 2, but I'm going to keep it at 1 for now. Ties do 1 point of damage, 2 points of damage if you're using Softening Beam or Tie Attack, and if you have both Tie Attack and Softening Beam in play, it would deal 4 points of damage. So yeah, Softening Beam and tie attack could be something to watch out for. Recoil moves only take 1 HP from the user, but if you're low on health, it doesn't actually matter. It will still deduct. So if you're down to your last hit point, be careful. Lastly, tie-based super moves deal 3 points of damage. Anyways, resistances. It just simply halves the damage taken. If you have Earth Barrier in play, that does stack. So, yeah. You could potentially take 0 damage. However, if only one of them is in play, you're guaranteed to take at least 1 point of damage. If the amount of damage dealt is halved from an odd number, the damage taken will be rounded down instead of up. So it will be down to the nearest whole number. Like I put this here. 3 damage divided by 2, in other words, halved would be 1.5. Rounded down, you'll only take 1 point of damage. Math. Hits are determined via dice roll. I will have two die of 2 different colors, 1 for each side, and this is how it works. Yeah, it's literally the Strangers Tournament. Support, effect, and cataclysm moves are determined via coin toss or dice roll. Depends on the support, effect, or cataclysmic move. So, for example, Deathfire, yeah, it's going to be a high dice roll. Dino Textures activate after 5 hits or ties, and you can still request assist dinosaur moves, and they'll work just as intended, but depending on what the move is, the assist dino will not show up. Does that make sense? Cool. Alright, let's wrap this up, because this has gone on long enough. The deadline for this is 12 p.m. March 28th Eastern Australian time. So, Queensland time. 2 a.m. UK time, if you live there, since most of you do live in the UK. DM me on Discord or comment on this video to enter, and the template will be in the description or comment section below. Alright, that'll be all. Hope to see you in this tournament. Thank you all for watching. This is Cryonova. Fuck me over. See y'all next time.